Dear Publishing House Editor, this is a proposal for publishing the book of Successful Agile Product Development. I'm Roger Cho, the first and only CST of Taiwan. And I am the CEO of Project Management ABC company. And I am the Agile Award, which is the person who has done the most to promote Agile. I'm the PhD in business management, and my expertise is strategic management. I've written a book, Successful Agile Product Development, and the target readers are product planners and editors, project managers and product owners, engineers and technical staff, marketers, and those who want to be success in product owner. What's the reason for publishing a product owner book? Because it will empower the product owner to drive the profits. There are three reasons. First is there are not many books just for product owner. Especially my book is very special in positioning. Second is step-by-step guidance. And third is product owner will boost the profit of the company. And here are the important roles of the product owner. In the Scrum team, he is the one that has the most important accountabilities, which is responsible for the success of the product. And the other two are the Scrum Master and the developers. And he's the window for the stakeholder and Scrum team. When we refer to the stakeholder, these are referred to the company management or the customer or user. And can a product owner hold multiple positions? The answer is yes. But how? In this book, we'll explain many methods to fulfill. And this is the cover page that I have simply designed. And here is a manual hand draft of the product owner's role combined to the Scrum framework. Here is the Scrum for formal events, which is the sprint planning, then Scrum, sprint review, and retrospective. But the product owner is like the Superman, which has his clear product vision. Then he creates the product roadmap, then combined to the Scrum framework. And the final output is the increment, which will deliver for every month. And the one that you see, this is the speaker, which means the marketing. And here is the magnet, which is the attractiveness of the product. And here are the features of my book. There are almost 50 global classic case studies and 150 diagrams, which were self-produced and copyrighted image. These are all mine. And consolidating the experience of multiple product owners. I have interviewed at least 20 product owners to write this book. And the complete full toolkit for the product owners and analyze the complete process of the product development and adopt a user-centric approach. And here are the competitive product owner book analysis. In my book, it is target on non-IT audience because most of the book are IT oriented. And I have combined the agile mindset with the marketing theory or principles. So you can see these two books are focused on the marketing and use agile. But my book is not the same. I am focused on the real product to develop, and I always use the marketing to magnify the agile product. And here are the book which is IT oriented and very famous. For example, the one that written by the Roman Pichler. Then these two books are published by the Pearson, which is for product owner examination. And here are the table of content of this book. I organized this content into a knowledge map. You can see from the left to the right is the process. A very successful product owner needs this skill. The product owner's role, planning products, marketing design, product backlog, release, Scrum collaboration, community management, product owner toolbox. And each chapter is deployed into many sub-chapters. So I will introduce one by one for you. I organize it as a mind map. So you can see here is the chapter 1, road to become successful product owner. Chapter 2, how to develop products that can generate a trend. Chapter 3, reverse product design from a market perspective. Chapter 4, build a successful product with a product backlog. And chapter 5 is strategical goals for multiple release. Chapter 6, collaborating with multiple stakeholders in Scrum. Chapter 7, social management. And chapter 8, agile tool for product owners. And let's see each chapter. For the chapter 1, the road to become a successful product owner. The PO is accountabilities. Then the unique way of thinking, personality traits, enhance the abilities, mindset, hierarchy. And the art of balance as a product owner. And the product owner's hierarchy, if the company is very big, just like Facebook or TikTok, there is always a chief product owner, and it is a team that composed of marketing team and the product development team. And product owner connects the team with the stakeholder, which are the window for both of the Scrum team and the stakeholders. Second chapter, how to develop a product that can generate a trend. It has deployed into 3 key points. Create a vision, identify highlights, develop tools. Highlight product feature in one page. So confirm the product life cycle. Then the product owner will collect requirements, then access requirements. Then the Scrum team will deliver the MVP to the customer. Then continuous improvement by the retrospective. Then go back to the collect requirements. And deploy product by the vision hierarchy, which is from the vision will fulfill the pain points or happiness of the customer. Then create the product, then break down into epics, which are the function that is very big. Then break down to the function that can be created by the Scrum team, which is the user story and the task level. And the product vision is always start from why. This is the golden circle of the Simon Sinek. And use impact mapping for deployment. First, set the team goal, identify target customer, influence customers, then technique use. And chapter 3, reverse product design from a marketing perspective. There are 3 key points: hitting the pain points of the customer, word of mouth marketing, mastery marketing. And there are many marketing principles that I have used and always combine with the Agile manifesto and the 12 principles, such as the STP marketing, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. And very many good explanation that connect with the Agile manifesto. And the difference between the product-oriented and the customer-oriented strategy. In common company, they can see there are many customers, but in the point of view of the customer, they have many selection, not only your company. So this is the point of view of this book. And chapter 4, build a successful product with a product backlog. And there are 3 key points: establish a list, develop a workflow, clarify the order. And product backlog is always the core of the Scrum. This is the Scrum framework, which is composed of the sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, and retrospective. And the core is the product backlog, which is always refined within the sprint and always in the continuous improvement. And the hierarchy of the product backlog. Most of the products are large, so the product backlog need to fulfill by many teams or by component teams. But most of all are the cross-functional team. And the explanation of the PBR, product backlog refinement. This is a very important activity for the product owner to always make the product that can fulfill the sprint goal. And the next 4 chapter is chapter 5 to 8. The chapter 5 is strategic goals for multiple release. There are 3 key points: improve a product, business value, innovation strategy. And here are different release model. If the product is software, it will release for every function which is completed, such as the app we use in Google, Excel, Google Docs, and release after every sprint. Maybe it is 1 month or less, and release after multiple sprints, such as hardware, for example, the smartphone. And the Scrum is iterative and incremental development models, in which is every sprint, it will create a usable and workable increment. The increment means the product that can be used by the customer. And you can see this increment is use the Lego to represent it. So you can see its Lego brick becomes bigger and bigger. And collaborating with the multiple stakeholder. There are 4 key points. The Scrum 33355, leadership style, team communication, and collaborative techniques. What does the 33355 mean? There are many elements that is very important. For example, 3 accountabilities, 3 artifacts, 3 commitments, and 5 value and 5 events. And the relationship between the product owner and the other 2 accountabilities of the Scrum team. And can a product owner hold the multiple product Of course, yes, but the effect will be discounted. That means weakened because focus is the spirit of the Scrum. But sometimes the boss want to hold down the cost. So the product owner will have 2 products or more. And the social management. Social management means the Facebook, LinkedIn, or IG, such social management tool. So it is divided into 3 topics: social marketing, empower of niche clients, and co-create with a triple win. Who win? Customer win, and the Scrum team wins, and also the product. And here is the market funnel. Most of the users know our product, but the one that buy our product is less. So it is high loyalty customer. And the social management. Here are the 5 stages of team forming and development, and the 3 steps to obtain the social feedback, which is the word of mouth. And Agile toolkit for the product owners. There are 5: foundational engineering, qualifying requirements, cross-functional collaboration, prioritization, Scrum, and the different model that explain which from traditional mode, which is the fixed scope, to the agile mode, to the scope flexible, because the most important is the value. So in agile model, we just finish the most important. And the concept of ROI and many financial index for product owner to get his decision. Conclusion. This book possesses significant market potential. It highlights the vital role of product owners in profitable companies. And the book's unique positioning sets it apart from the others. With numerous diagrams, it caters to the modern preference for the visual data. It features 50 global business case studies without regional limitation. We confidently anticipate it become a bestseller book and warmly invite your esteemed publishing house to publish this book. Thank you for your listening.